Hi students, and welcome to another wonderful week of learning online. I'm just going to walk you through the lesson today. So first, we kind of went into this lesson last week, and I asked you to fill out a couple things. I noticed there were some items missing, so I just want to go through and work through each little slide one by one. So initially, what we're going to do in class is we are going to write down the definitions for matter, which is anything that has mass and takes up space or volume. So what I would recommend you do is if you're learning from home, you pause the video and you type in this definition into your Amplify notebook. Then we went into the definition for substance, scale, and property. And again, if you are working from home, one of those remote learners, I would ask that you pause this video and type in the definition for substance, which is something that is made up of all the same atoms or groups of atoms, scale, the relative size of things, and property, something that can be observed about a substance, for example, color, odor, texture. So after you have paused the video and typed this in, I just want to review the scenario. Which is the people of Westfield are in panic because when they turn on their water, it comes out reddish brown, and it's not pleasant to look at. And so I had you fill out this question: how would your life be different if you didn't have clean water at home? And you think about all the different ways you use water, from your shower, brushing your teeth, washing your hands, for me, making my cup of coffee each morning. So it's kind of important we have clean water. That leads us to our chapter 1 question. What is the reddish brown substance in the water? If you are working from home, again, I would pause this video and type in the chapter 1 question into your Google slide. What is the reddish brown substance in the water? That's kind of our first investigation. We're trying to identify what is in the water that's causing the people of Westfield for the water to be brown. Then we have the video introduction, which talks about what a chemist does in the water quality for the treatment plant. You had to be in present mode to watch it. And then there was an email that you were asked to read through. I just want to highlight a few key things in the email. Okay, first, there is a reddish brown substance in the water. I'm going to adjust my font size because I'm going to run out of room here. Okay. Second, when they went to their source, the well water, there was no reddish brown substance, but they found fertilizer in the water. Okay, so something's happening between the source of their water, which is the well, to the moment that they turn on the faucet and it comes out reddish brown. So we're trying to figure that out. Technically, there's two things. There was no reddish brown substance in the well water. And then the third thing, they found fertilizer in the water. Okay, so those are the three key things. So if you don't have those three things in your email notes, I would pause the video and I would type those in. Number 1, there is a reddish brown substance in the water. Number 2, the well water, there was no reddish brown substance in the well water. I should rephrase that. And then number 3, they found fertilizer in the water. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is you're going to look at each substance and you're going to make some detailed observations about each one. So Dr. Young found these samples for you. And one of the things we have to do is we have to compare the substances from each other, which falls in line with that definition term property, which is something I had you add into your glossary. So you notice the text is different. I added that in there, so you should add that in there as well, add a text box in some terms. So we're looking at what can be observed between different substances. What makes the pipe substance different than the fertilizer substance, which is different than the brown substance coming out of the type. So I started out with the pipe substance. To give you an example, when I held each of them, they have the greatest mass. It's a darker brown color. When I looked at it, it kind of had a metallic shine, rectangular pieces, and they're small in size. Okay, So those are the very detailed descriptive observations that you need to include in this substance. So you're going to do the same for the fertilizer and the reddish brown substance. It's important you do this well, and you take your time and provide as much detail as you can, because we're going to take all three of these substances and you will be writing sentences on each one of them and how they look and compare to each other when we write to the people of Westfield later on in this week. So that's kind of in a nutshell, those 3 slides there. I also want to take a moment to tell you, some people didn't do the These Notes Matter, which when you click here, it takes you to the Pear Deck. Well, you have to sign in, and then it takes you to the Pear Deck presentation mode. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're going through these Pear Deck slides. It lets me know who is and who is not, and it's important information that you might be quizzed on later. So make sure you're going through all your assignments and you're completing them in a timely manner. All right, so that's pretty much it. The only thing I wanted to say is if you have free time today, this storyline is kind of important. It does relate to a lot of real world incidences that have happened. So if you have free time today, I would look up the Flint, Michigan water crisis. In fact, I'm just going to type it in my search bar here. Flint, Michigan water crisis. It's something that happened in 2014. It lasted, I believe, 3 years before they were kind of able to get somewhat fresh water through their pipes, and they're still having some issues here. So I would definitely explore the Flint, Michigan water crisis and see what you can find. Some of it's shocking when you think of everything that the government did, the cover up, how people were getting sick. So I want you to really look at this and see the value in what you're learning in class and how it relates to the real world. So other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye.